So in my previous video, I shared with you why I do not really recommend the 1 meal a day diet, even though I benefited from it. I lost 88 kilograms, that's 194 pounds in less than 8 months. But in this video, I'd like to share with you the what got me started and the motivating factors that gave me that determination and the discipline to carry on my action plan in order to lose that weight. So when you know the why, and when you have your why, you have that added drive and motivation to carry on doing what you need to do in order to lose the weight. But remember, just a key message: if you decide to lose weight, do it for yourself, your health, or your loved ones. Do not do it because someone is pestering you, bullying you, or you are feeling uncomfortable because of someone else's actions and behaviors towards you. Do it for yourself and your loved ones if you decide to take action. Now back to my why. 2 reasons. Number 1, it was a forced medical and health reason, and number 2, a very strong motivating factor about someone that I love and care about a lot. Firstly, the medical reason. Back in early 2022, I came back from my studies. My father sadly passed away in December 2021, and I was devastated and badly affected by this. And somewhere in February 2022, I suddenly collapsed at home, and my mom had to call an ambulance. And this was the scariest period in my life because the illness was so severe that I could not really move. I did not have the strength to even open my eyes. I was in a hospital bed at Raffles Hospital, Singapore, and I could only sleep on one side. I could not open my eyes. I could just listen to what everybody was saying. I was not in a coma, but I was like immobilized. I was so weak. One of the scariest thing was that I was not able to eat or drink. Even plain water was out of the question. Just one sip of it and I would feel very dizzy and I felt like throwing up. The doctors could not pinpoint what was the exact condition that I was suffering. A series of tests was done, but yet they could not really pinpoint the exact medical condition that I was suffering from. They concluded that it could be acid reflux, but it was not as severe to cause me this amount of discomfort and pain and suffering. It was only later on, after a few months, that they found out that I had fatty liver disease as well. You can view my other videos where I speak a lot more about this, about how it happened due to my severe addiction to ice cream over many years. But back to this, I was so unwell that I thought that this is it for me because I never felt so weak in my entire life. Could not even open my eyes. And the doctors were so worried. Said, he's not even moving, you're not eating, you're not even drinking. So I was put on drips. I'm not sure what kind of medication that I was on. And after the second day, the doctor told me that you might take a long period of time to recover. I just squinted my eyes open and said, how long? This might take many months. So I was quite worried. He said, but for today you can be discharged. I was shocked. I could not even sit up. Not even talking about sitting up. I could not even open my eyes. And the doctor was discharging me. I told him, I said, maybe I could just stay a few more days because I don't feel comfortable traveling in this condition. He told me this is going to take a long time. So it's better you get a loving environment to strengthen yourself rather than in a hospital environment. And back then, COVID was at a very, at its peak, where there are plenty of people suffering from COVID. So if you're in a hospital environment, you might suffer from COVID and it might severely hinder your progress of recovering fast. So I said, okay. So I struggled out, and my mom had to help me, and it was a terrible period. Really, I really learned my lesson on really not really taking my ice cream addiction seriously enough. So I thought it's time for a change. And the second and key reason why I decided to take the necessary action in order to lose weight was because one of the last conversations with my father was what he told me about me not really fulfilling my potential. He was telling me, he says, hey, I noticed you're a very intelligent, very creative boy, but you're a bit lazy. It's holding you back from progressing in life. Like, you've done very little with your skills, talents, and abilities. It made me feel a bit upset, but he's someone who will just tell you straight up. He never really told me throughout the years, but this was the time that he decided to tell me. And he was very worried that even in my 40s, I've never been in a relationship in my entire life because of low self-esteem and low confidence because of my size. So he was telling me, hey, he kept telling me throughout the past few weeks that I was visiting him that you need to find someone so that you have a companion to share your challenges with and to grow old with. It's something very beautiful. So I thought that when I collapsed and subsequently when I regained my strength bit by bit, his words start ringing in my ears, and I started to think maybe it's time for me to take the necessary action in order to improve my overall health and well-being in every way. So it gave me the drive, the motivation, and the discipline to carry on what I needed to do, the steps I needed to take, the strategies, the techniques, all came into play, and I decided to really take action eventually. Being a counselor and a therapist, I actually knew what I needed to do to overcome my addiction. These were things that I was teaching others to do over a period of many years. That was how I was earning my money, by running training programs, coaching programs, therapy programs. But I was not practicing what I was preaching. Talk is cheap, but I was not walking the talk. So you see, sometimes we need to take a step back, self-reflect, and think, are we really taking the necessary actions in order to help ourselves? If not, why? Can we explore some reasons to motivate and to give up that discipline in order to take the necessary steps to carry out the action to improve ourselves? And these two reasons gave me the drive, the determination to really carry out my action plans. A fourth reason, health, and my father's words, motivating factor. Now, of course, nothing in this world can compare to good health. Nothing else. That should be the top motivating factor. Because all else fails if you do not have good health. It's not money, it's not your career. You need good health as a strong foundation in order to carry out your other plans, to achieve your other goals. So remember, find your why. When you have your why, it could be for your loved ones, your kids. It could be something that someone said to you, something that someone that really means something to you, or it could be just your sudden goal of achieving or planning to achieve better health for yourself. Perhaps you realize that your health has been holding you back from achieving your goals. So you realize, okay, I need to take some action steps. When you find your why, it will give you that discipline in order to carry on. Motivation can slowly wane out. Willpower can slowly wane out over a period of time. How long can you hold on your willpower? 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. After a while, when your motivation gets low, you start to fall back into your unhealthy habits, you need that special factor, that stronger motivation that will give you that discipline to carry on longer period of time. And you need to be smart as well, substituting your unhealthy habits for something healthier, which I shall carry on and explain in other videos. So remember, find your why. And when you find that why, it will give you that drive and motivation to carry on the action steps in order to improve yourself.